What's going on, people? You okay? What is going on? I'm just going through the deadline day, innit? Damn, McNeil is going to Palace. Wow. So, hang on, guys. My sound is rubbish. Can you guys hear me? Hopefully you can. Yeah, the sound is weird, isn't it, guys? For some reason. I don't know what's going on. I think it should be all right. It's a bad day to be on YouTube, man. I don't know what's going on with me today. Everything is just a mess. Everything is a mess for some reason. But big up got the guys that's obviously tuning in. It's the final stages of the transfer window, obviously. We're gonna see if there's anything that's come through. Yeah, man. McNeil is going to Crystal Palace from Everton for 20 million. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Who would have thought? But we're here to talk about Liverpool, of course, guys. That's what I'm here for. Um, hang on. Upamecano approves new deal at Bayern Munich. Clubs interested are informed. He's set to sign a new contract soon at Bayern Munich. Happy to stay as huge boost for the club after big efforts from club and player side to make it happen. It will be valid until 2030. That's Upamecano. So he's staying at Upamecano. That's how you say his name, I think. Yeah, he's staying at Bayern Munich, guys. 2030 contract. What a shame. What a shame. A lot of us were looking at him, obviously, to be a replacement for certain players that have contractual issues at our football club. But nah, yeah, he signed a new contract at Bayern Munich. So he's staying there, guys. Big up TW, my brother. Yeah, please like, share, and subscribe, everybody. Tambo, what are you saying, brother? Hi, Fozi. After all the hype, all the blowing smoke up Hughes and Slot, we end up with a signing which comes out of next season's budget, and we still are seriously short in positions. Disgrace. I agree with you, bro. I'm not here sitting here telling you guys, BS all the time. That's why I'm here right now, just to speak about Liverpool. It's unacceptable, man. They just better hope. Let me just put it that way, bro. That we make the Champions League. If we don't make the Champions League this season, oh man, all hell is gonna break loose. Let me just put it that way, guys. Even the loyal Liverpool fans can't. Even the loyal Liverpool FSG fans, Iron Slot fans can't say is acceptable. You can't go from one season winning the league and then the next season winning nothing, if you know what I mean, not even qualifying for Champions League. That can't happen. I'm sorry, guys. Like, you got to be serious as a football club. Can't do things like that. Never, 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 never. Big up, Cop Father, brother. Fozi, I'm here for the chat, guys. If you want to talk to me, I'm here. Fozi, he was on 300k a week. He wasn't coming from Bayern. Okay. All right. You cleared that up for me, bro. You cleared that up for me. Touchline, my brother. What's going on, man? Please subscribe to Touchline. He's got his own channel right there. The name is there, man. Tambo, big up, my brother, man. I don't know if you're new to the channel, you change your name or anything like that, but I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. You're making sense. Everything you're saying is making sense, bro. I love this comment, the way you just said that. It's a publicity stunt. I mean, everything that we do it for a reason, just to calm the fans down when we're upset. And even when we lose out on things, it's okay because they calmed us down and we're not like shouting about it anymore. That's the whole point of this. They're very good at marketing our owners, man. And it's not going to end anytime soon, guys. This is a regular thing that's been happening since Jurgen was here, since Brendan Rodgers was here. You could say Roy Hodgson at the latter years, and plus Kenny Dalglish. That's who worked under them. The managers that worked under FSG is Roy Hodgson, Kenny Dalglish, Brendan Rodgers, Jurgen, and Arne Slot. Those are the managers that's been at Liverpool since they've been here. Those four. So it clearly shows when we need them the most, more than anything, they always fail. And you look at the Brendan Rodgers season where we should have won the league. If we got a couple of centre backs in Jan to help us out for the remainder of the season to win the league, to keep those clean sheets, we was conceding goals left, right, and centre, guys. Let's just be honest. 50 goals in one season. That's not going to win you a league title. It's not. It's going to lose you league titles, things like that. So Man City pipped us to that league title. And then you look at Jurgen's 10 years here. How much more can that poor guy do for season in and season out? And look at now. Last day of the transfer window, they go all out from yesterday to today. Look what they did with that Sunderland fullback. They did the same thing. Gertrude, sorry. Look what they did with him. Same thing again. And then you look at this kid that's from Rennes. Same thing. He's not even playing for Liverpool at the moment. He's going to be playing for Rennes to the end of the season. So we're not even serious, guys. Like, we needed a centre back at the end of the last transfer window, and we didn't end up getting him. And then this transfer window opened, he ended up at Man City. So you expect Liverpool, with Michael Edwards' way of thinking, which is always free. You missed out on the first one, you go for the second one. You miss out for the second one, you go for the third one. So we're not even thinking that way. For their sake, I hope they make the Champions League. Because if they don't make the Champions League, oh man, you know what they say? Oh my God! There you go, man. Because I ain't stopping, mate. I'm gonna be on a mission. Let me just put it that way. I'm gonna be on a mission like no other. On holiday, my bro, in Egypt. I love Egypt, man. Apparently, I've been there when I was a kid, so I can't remember it. My mom told me that I've been to Egypt. I said, well, have I? Didn't even know. Can't remember it. And with the family, banging weather out here. I don't even know you. Are you from Egypt? What is it, bro? Are you English? Why are you, bro? I don't even know what you are, touchline, to be fair. Fozi, I know you slot out. Me too. Realistically, I can't see this team won't finish above 6. Until Slot, Hughes, Edwards go, I can't see things getting better apart from the odd win. Big up, GG. I'll see you there, bro. Apart from the odd win, of course. I don't just think it's Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, my brother. It's the ownership. You know what I mean? I've sat here. Tambo, I don't think you've been here since I've been talking about them in the last month or a bit. I was just being honest with everybody. I've told them, the truth, what this is all about. They even used it in other streams, you know what I mean? Because I was on Don Hussam's channel when I was talking about it, Tom Little and Matt trying to convince me in what I think it is. And I said, it is, man. These people are not interested in winning like success, which you retain continuously. They're not. And us sitting here crying about transfer window in the last day, ain't gonna change anything, man. It ain't gonna change anything because we've been like this since they've been here, man. And us getting rid of Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards ain't gonna change anything. It's the club's mentality that's got to change. We're not asking to have an ownership of Man City, Newcastle, etc. We want an ownership that shows a little ambition and helps us out when we need it the most. If you know what I mean. We're not going to compete with the big money people. Let's just be realistic here. But we could be smart. You know what I mean? I was talking to my mate about 10 minutes before we come on an air. I said, why don't we just do the sensible thing? Just get players at the age of 23, something like that, that's going to replace the senior players when they move on. Get them a couple of seasons earlier. Let them learn under the older player. Then smooth transition to the for the other player to leave and the youngster coming through. Then you don't waste a lot of money if you're worried about money. If you know what I mean. So, and not only that, the wages ain't going to be high either. But we don't look down that direction. We're not a smart club. People think we are, but we're not. Because if we was a smart, ambitious club, these are the kind of moments you dominate. when Man City are down, in the dust. Like they finished that. Man City, Pep Guardiola, look at him, guys. Does Pep Guardiola look like he's interested anymore? Does Pep Guardiola look like the guy who was fighting for every challenge on the pitch with his players? No, he doesn't look like that anymore. But, we sit back as we always do. When they fall apart, we fall apart. We never capitalize on Man City's downfall. So have you guys noticed that? Like continuous success I'm talking about. We do this one-off kind of thing, then we disappear for a while, then we come back again. It's boring, man. It's boring. And that's why I said to you guys the other day, like, the identity of this football club doesn't represent what it's made for, what Bill Shankly built. It ain't. That's gone. We're all about success here and there. This is the season we should have actually capitalized on this. 21, number 7. Look at that, people. You're out on your own. You're out on your own. You're behind Real Madrid in one, and the other one, you're way ahead of Man United, obviously being second to you. Then nobody can ever, talk to you. You'd be way ahead of everybody else. But we don't even do that, We don't even do that. That's where it is. Big up, GG. What you saying, my brother? Big up, Fozi. I'm happy the signing of Jeremy Jacket. But how are we going to survive the long season without signing anyone this season? While we'll be fighting for at least 5th spot in the league. Bro, I said this already, mate. That's why I've come back on today. Because it's going to be my last day for a while, I think, man. Especially going back to work tomorrow. What can I say, bro? 5th spot is what we're going to fight for. And not only that, Chelsea, new manager bounce. Look at them the other day, Chelsea, guys. Like 2 goals down, 3-2 win. Man United, 2-2, last minute goal. When did you ever see those teams with the previous managers do that? You never see them do that. But now they're doing it because they've got that new manager bounce, which is helping them through games when it's hard. And the games are actually running low now. So if you make a slight mistake, it's impossible for you to catch up with the other teams as well. And that's the thing that's worrying me, if you know what I mean. But let me see what JB Carragher's saying here. I don't know what he said, but let me share this video with you. That's on Sky Sports right now. Well, the transfer window is closed. Crystal Palace have signed Strand Larson from Wolverhampton, but Mateta is staying, guys. What? Couldn't happen to a nicer club. Now they're stuck with all these problems. I like it because, you screwed us over in the summer, Crystal Palace. You screwed us over, and I will never forgive you for that. Here's Jamie Carroll. Let's see what he's saying.
Similar profile to Konate.
Jacket
can cover big spaces, pace. Liverpool will play with a high line. He's obviously a young player, and it looks like Liverpool are really future-proofing the centre-back area because of Konate looks like he's going to move on. Also, the age of Virgil van Dijk. And let's not forget, next summer Virgil van Dijk will be on the back of a World Cup. The young centre-back they bought in Leone from Italy coming back from an ACL.
Yeah, we forget that, with Virgil, basically, it's non-stop football for a season and another part of it as well. So he's playing not only in the Premier League this season throughout those games, and he's playing in the World Cup at the same time, and he'll be 35 this year. So next season, when it comes thick and fast, straight after the World Cup, going to pre-season and going into a new season, that could be too much for Virgil. He'll be very fragile at his age as well. He's one injury away from a disaster, Virgil van Dijk. I know we know him as a Terminator. He's indestructible and all that stuff, but have that worry, guys, because we need Virgil's, replacement right now, or Konate, whichever way it's going to go. We need these players right now. And I hope they got some players ready for next season as well. Because, if we're without a Champions League, what players want to join Liverpool? I bet you felt good in the summer when players were choosing you over other teams, like Man City's, like Chelsea's, like Arsenal's, because you were champions. Everybody wants to be part of the crown champions. They saw the celebrations at Liverpool. They saw the celebrations on the pitch after that Tottenham game, Crystal Palace game. Everybody saw that. They want to be part of things like that. But when you haven't got it anymore, it's going to be a long day. Let me just put it that way, man. And that's what worries me when I'm watching us, man.
So I think Liverpool will sign this lad in the summer, but I think Liverpool will still go and buy another big centre-back who I would sort of say would replace Konate alongside Virgil van Dijk and Leone, and the new guy will be the backup to those players. Yeah, similar profile to Konate.
There you go. That's Jacket they're talking about. That's Carragher. But he made a good point there. You know what I mean? Virgil is going to be in a World Cup. There you go. As I explained to you guys, there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of problems we're facing at the moment. So Jacket's signed from what I can see. I don't see anything else. It's actually that's come about. Let me see Liverpool on Twitter. Have they changed anything? Have they put him on there yet? Maybe they have. Maybe they haven't. No, there's nothing there. Joe Gomez. Nah, it pisses me off, Joe Gomez. Nah, man. One collision with Van Dijk and you're already out for weeks, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here with that shit, man. Nah, not for me. Yeah, nothing about Jacket yet. I'm hoping I'll see it on Sky Sports. It's just about the Everton, McNeil joining obviously Crystal Palace and Strand Larson joining Crystal Palace. There's nothing else actually, guys, apart from that at the moment. And of course, Mateta staying at Crystal Palace. This is why clubs don't go for Mateta. Apparently, it's a back issue that AC Milan found on the medical treatment that he had. So it shows, man, he's not fully, the player that everybody thinks he is. He's got an injury that's avoidable and you can't pay money for. Because I remember Liverpool fans wanted Mateta at Liverpool. Now you can't get him because he's got a severe injury. Sadly, I honestly don't know why these clowns are giving slot to the end of the season. He is staying to the end of the season, guys. He's not leaving anywhere. Potentially, rumors I heard today. City are either talking or flattering Alonso despite the 115 charges. Need to act soon. I've heard about that as well about Alonso. Manchester City are looking at him as an option for Pep Guardiola. As we said many times, guys, I don't see Pep Guardiola staying very long, guys. I think he'll be probably going at the end of the season. The guy doesn't look interested, man. You got to, when you look at a player, you got to look at the body language, if you know what I mean. And I don't think people look into the things like that. I think everybody just avoids things like that, thinking, Xabi Alonso is a Liverpool guy. He'll be coming to Liverpool. But I'm looking at Pep Guardiola, man. He's got the potential of leaving. I'm telling you this summer. And if they win the league, that's even bringing it, quicker because he wants to leave on a high, as you guys already know. And Xabi Alonso being the next manager of Man City is a frightening prospect because if things go wrong at Liverpool and we haven't got him through the door, who's the next manager that we can go for? Jurgen ain't coming back. We already know that because of Marco Edwards being here. That's off the cards. So what's after that? Interim manager Steven Gerrard for a whole season, as everybody, some people are trying to tell us. Is this the route we want to go to? That means he can't sign players, he can't sell players. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we're thinking about a lot of stuff here, man. If this is true, Xabi Alonso en route to Man City, it's not good. As Dave OC says over there, Xabi Alonso is part of 3-man shortlist to take over from Pep Guardiola at Manchester City, according to the Telegraph. So from what I've seen after yesterday's game, a lot of Man City fans are not happy with Pep Guardiola's actions this season in regards to, not seeing out games, not winning the games that they need to win the Premier League and all that stuff. So even the loyal fan base that love Pep Guardiola, that have that song for him and all that stuff, have even turned on him at the moment. They're already saying he hasn't got the body language that shows he wants to win the Premier League this season. Because even after the match reaction, the way he spoke, we're still in a title race, we'll still go there. It wasn't convincing, was it, guys? Let's just be honest there, man. But yeah, Xabi Alonso going to Man City is a strong possibility if we don't act very, very soon, guys. I'm worried, man. I'm really, really worried because I honestly think Arne Slot will stay to the end of the season. And if we make the Champions League, he will stay as well. So that's a lot of things that come as a strong possibility that can happen as well, man. Scary shit, man. Scary shit. But yeah, get the chat coming, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm going through it. Watch another YouTuber, Cop Talk, who follows Spanish journalist Jose Felix Diaz at Marca, and he he is adamant that LFC have had talks with Alonso reps. I think ball in LFC court if they want him. Of course, bro, man. Come on, man. That was our first choice before Arne Slot, and he chose to stay at Leverkusen at the time as well. He didn't want to leave. I mean, he was fighting to stay there, which is good for my head coach, in my opinion. I like that because the guy wants to improve as a coach, not jump, if you know what I mean. Okay, he made a mistake going to Real Madrid, but at least him going to Real Madrid, if he ever turns up at Liverpool, we will never hear him wanting to, that Real Madrid talk over our heads, forever, like we had with Jurgen. Remember Jurgen? He was an honest manager. He was an honest guy. He doesn't chase money. He doesn't chase big clubs or anything like that. He loves being the underdog, like he said, and improving as a manager rather than going to a club that wins everything, even if they don't have Jurgen Klopp at the helm. So at least with Xabi Alonso, we have that if he ever turns up at Liverpool. No more talks about Real Madrid going down there or anything like that. And he could build something here. He could, grow with the team, 10-year project, and then see what happens after that. Success to follow. I like what he did at Leverkusen, The guy's like a club that never challenges for the league title. Maybe challenge when Ballack and Lucio and all these guys were there at one time, long time ago. That was the only time they challenged for something, but they never won anything, to be fair. They made it to the Champions League final, and you remember the Zidane goal? Zidane with a volley, top corner, bam. That was their fame, at the time. But that team separated, of course, after that, and they haven't been the same since until Alonso arrived at the helm. And of course, went on a run like being invisible, nearly won the Europa League as well, made it to the final and lost in the final. But this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, at least Alonso has that winning mentality, and that's what we need at our football club. I'm worried. If this head coach that we have is still going to be here in the near future. What we saying over here? Big up my brother. Big up my bro. Fozi, up to the last season, I agree, FSG criticism, but they gave Edwards and Hughes, of course, the money and they messed up. Yes, FSG are isolated, but all American investors are all about revenue. Listen, I don't, the hate is a strong word towards an ownership. I don't hate FSG. It's the way they move that pisses me off. I saw Tom Warner in an interview saying, we've built a stadium. We've done all we can in regards to, the club revenue and getting more money in. This time we're going to be actually competing with the big boys in the transfers. We're going to compete on the pitch as well. And all of a sudden, the same things are happening that previously happened with Jurgen. Okay, they spent 450 million this summer, but that should have been spent 10 years ago. A long time ago. When you had the best manager possible at your football club and you only lost the league by 1 point, imagine you added the quality into that squad to get you over the line, those draws into wins, those losses into wins. Those 1 points could have been 5 points clear of Man City, or 3 points clear of Man City to win the league, or 1 point clear of Man City to win the league. But we didn't choose that. And I even give you an example with even Brendan Rodgers. We wasn't building stadiums that season. We needed centre-backs. Agger was always injury prone. Sacco, whatever his name is injured. Or I think he was there at the time, Sacco. And, we had Skirtles and all these guys. We conceded 50 goals. January came along. We was in the title race. Signed a couple of centre backs to not to lose a lot of goals to improve the team. We didn't do that. You know what I mean? So it's a common occurrence. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't be fooled. Don't be brainwashed about the amount of money they spent in the summer, because we've reduced the squad, guys. I don't know if you've seen that. The net spend, it ain't too far either. So look at it from that point of view. Don't be brainwashed by these fans that's saying, oh, but they spent money last summer. They should have spent that in the separate occasions, the seasons before. Maybe Liverpool would have been in a better position in regards to winning the league title. Has anyone thought of that? You know what I mean? But we don't think like that. We're just thinking like what they did in one summer out of 15 seasons is a forgiving time for FSG. It's not. It's not forgiving. Look at this transfer window. We chased a centre back in the summer, but we're not chasing a centre back now to start for us now. Come on, man. Let's make sense out of this. Don't be fooled by these people, man. Don't. It's not right, man. It's not right. The net spend, guys, just look at the net spend. They've got a lot of players in, I agree, but they got rid of more players than they got in. And that's unacceptable, in my opinion. We've got to be serious here, man, as a football club. I don't think our fan base, we're too forgiving. That's the problem with the modern day, you know what I mean, fan base. I don't think they look at the bigger pictures, you know what I mean, the bigger picture, sorry, which is, maintaining league titles. Our ambition for the season was us winning the league and the Champions League. Now, our ambition is making top 4. Make that make sense, guys. Make that make sense. It's the hierarchies. It's not just about Edwards and that. FSG are very smart. They brought in Edwards and Hughes to take the blame. They took themselves out of that place. That's what they've done. Come on, man. I smell Donald Trump here. Let's be realistic here, man. What country are they all from? Same place. They're good at marketing, man. They make you feel sorry for them. That's what they do, man. And I'm never going to forgive them for what they did to us this season, man. No. You got rid of the bench, which was bailing us out last season, to a bench that's Nayoni and all that stuff. Nayoni and Ingamoa. That's the people that's coming off the bench. Those poor guys who are trying to make their way in football. We're putting that much pressure on those poor guys. And Chiesa, who hardly gets a game. What's the point? And now you're starting Endo because you're desperate. But when you had the team before that, you didn't want to start with Endo. Nah, man. Not for me, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not all about that. I'm honest as it can get, man. Sadly, Fozi, football doesn't operate the way things were pre-Premier League. LFC fans need to realize there are 6 to 8 clubs, which can challenge LFC for spending. We got no God-given right to win things. I agree with you, bro. Not God-given right to win things, but when you got the opportunity to win things, you know what I mean? Imagine you've won the league this season. Pep Guardiola gone, number 1. Arteta gone. So what's after that? There ain't nothing after that. I mean, you got Eddie Howe and all these guys. So they don't think about winning league titles, these managers. So that means Man City and Arsenal go 5 years back. Do you know what I mean, Tambo? So they go 5 years back. That means you've got the actual opening to dominate in the next, 5 to 6 years. That's what we could have done. And that's what we refuse. I believe we refused as a football club to do things like that, because the more success you have, the more money you got to spend in the summer. And this is what we don't want to do as a football club. And I'm a firm believer. Liverpool do not want to be that club that dominates, because we could have done it under Jurgen and we chose not to. I honestly think that. You could believe me or not believe me. Big up, Connor. What you just saying? I just don't give a shit about this signing at the moment. Yeah, I agree with you, bro, because he's not going to benefit anything for us right now, which is right. Football is about the here and now, not about the future, not about the past. It's about here and now. Oh, damn. Calvin Phillips is joined Sheffield United on loan. So basically, Jacket is still having a medical. They haven't said, Liverpool have bought Jacket yet. So I'm just waiting for that in case things change. Slot and Hughes only got 18 months left. So we are on the verge of a disaster, as you're not going to get Alonso unless Edwards goes as these guys want a coach, not a manager who has same power as Klopp. I don't even think Xabi Alonso would have been in that predicament, bro. I think he would have been a head coach that just concentrates on the players and all that stuff. That's what I think, because he was their first choice, as I said, bro. He was their first choice, and they already knew, obviously, what he's all about, because you don't choose a manager unless you do the background checks, innit? And that's what they did with Xabi Alonso. That's what they did, bro. Did Palace sign Strand Larsen? Yes, they've signed him, bro. They're stuck with him now. They thought Mateta was going, but Mateta is staying now. So they got both. And, McNeil from Everton is going to Palace as well. So they got some more players on top of that. They got another winger who could play on the left, who could play on the right. Transfer window is closed. But we want to see what's going to happen in it, if there's anything developing. Because outside the transfer window closing, there's still players can be signed and all that stuff. You're going to hear new stuff that's coming out. So it is what it is. FSG are like the Glazers and Todd Bowley. It's all about profit and revenue. Nothing going to change, sadly. Money talks, and in a few years, they will set up and a Qatar outfit. How do you say outfit? Will buy LFC. I don't think any Qataris and all that stuff is going to happen at Liverpool, bro, because we're not that type of club. You know what I mean? We don't want to be owned by state-owned or anything like that, from what I've heard of, people around the football club. They just want someone that's ambitious, that's all. You know what I mean? That can help us out, that's interested in the football club. The worst thing with Liverpool, Tambo, is we're sharing our spotlight with a baseball team, if you know what I mean, and they own other clubs at the same time as well. So when you're like sharing the spotlight with other establishments, other teams in the same ownership, it's difficult to concentrate solely on Liverpool Football Club. That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Like, we're second to a baseball team, guys. Whether you like to hear that or not, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear that, because I don't want to be second best to anybody. But we are. We're second best to the Red Sox. The Red Sox is their baby. Liverpool is just something they have on the side, which is more, valuable than the Red Sox. That's it. So if you got all this confusion in regards to owning multiple clubs and all that stuff, it's going to be difficult for those ownership to always invest in one team, because the other team is going to ask questions. If you're spending this much money on this team, why can't you spend the same money with us as well? That's the confusion FSG has. If they only had Liverpool and that was their full focus, I honestly think we would have been in a better position, even American owned. But unfortunately, we're competing with a baseball team at the same time as well. And we're the second best to that baseball team, whether you like to hear it or not. That was their first ownership, Red Sox. You know what I mean? Moneyball. That's where the Moneyball comes in. I've seen Lookman, Lookman, the Atalanta Nigerian boy. He's going to Atletico Madrid, guys, by the way. Nagelsmann after the World Cup is all I can think of, if Alonso not. Connor, I don't think Nagelsmann is the right person for us. You know what I mean? We're an emotional club. We're a club that relates to a head coach and manager, whatever, which way you want to go about it. Nagelsmann is a playboy, my guy. He's a young guy that's not thinking like a grown-up yet. You know what I mean? I need someone with experience. I need someone that could, get the crowd going. I need someone that we could relate to as a football club. And I don't think Nagelsmann is the one, if you know what I mean. He's young. He will make a lot of mistakes, and we're not that type of football club. I don't want to go back to mistakes as we have recently, if you know what I mean. There ain't going to be any difference between him and Slot the way they behave. So I don't want to go through that. Trust me. Part of me thinks this club deserves to miss out on Champions League for how arrogant they went into this season. It's very arrogant. It's very arrogant, bro. You went to a season thinking, because of what you did last season in regards to battering the league, winning by 10 points and all that stuff, is going to be the same the next season. You know what I mean? You can't go into that. You got to analyze your rivals. You got to think about what they're improving on, what's their strengths and weaknesses. You got to review last season and see how we got to win the league. What did Arsenal, what mistake did Arsenal do for us, for them to improve on as well? That's what you got to do. What Man City is going to improve on to next season. But unfortunately, Arne Slot went with the arrogance of, thinking because he's won the league by 10 points, it's going to happen again. But we're going to transition during the season because we're going to outscore teams because of the strike force that we have, which is Isak, Salah, Ekitike, and etc. It don't work like that. Premier League is one of the hardest league to retain, and you got to be fully prepared for that. And we didn't fully prepare ourselves. We went into the season full of arrogance. And that's what I didn't like. If you look at my earlier streams in the beginning of the season, when we was like 2-0 up and teams were coming back 2-2, and then we win in the last minute. And I said to you guys, it's not sustainable, guys. We're in danger here. We need to be hard to beat. It took him 16 games, 17 games to realize this ain't working out. You know what I mean? A couple of international footballs in between as well. It shouldn't take you that long, man. When things ain't working out in the first place, it should take you at least 4 or 5 games to realize this is not good. Even Carragher warned him. I remember Carragher warning Arne Slot, telling him, my guy, like, things are not looking right. You're too open. And he didn't want to listen. You could go back to that interview. This is what we're at, man. And it shouldn't take you 15, 16 games to realize things are not working out. A good manager would have realized that earlier. I'm not even a manager, and I was warning people about that in the beginning of the season. Go back and look, guys. Go back and look. I said, it's not sustainable. I'm not comfortable with this. And then what happened? Crystal Palace happened. Crystal Palace dominated us, battered us in one half. In one half, guys. And the whole world saw that after that. As soon as Crystal Palace had that formation to play against us and batter us the way they did, every other team did the same thing after that. Don't forget, man, when you're champions, everybody looks at the champions. They don't look at second place. They don't look at third place. Everybody is targeting you at the top. And you got to change. I mean, you don't go with the attitude of arrogance into the season. You, as a football club, have to change in regards to winning again. And we didn't do that. Here's what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm awake, man. I'm wide awake. I am wide awake, man. Fozi, I can see if Alonso doesn't materialize, De Zerbi could be an option. He is on the verge of being sacked by Marcel. If he's not good for Marcel, why would he be good for Liverpool, my brother? Tambo, like De Zerbi, I like his way of thinking of football terms and all that stuff, attacking football, attractive football, and man management style. But the thing is, bro, he's the kind of person FSG don't want to work with because he's very loud and he's willing to let things out worse than what we're getting now with this manager that we have right now, this head coach. So we've got to be careful with that one, bro. We've got to be careful. I don't think De Zerbi is a Liverpool type of manager. Let me just put it that way. Big up, my brother. What are you saying? Big up Fozi, bro. It's Mo. Of course, I know it's Mo. Beyond angry, we got a centre back for next summer instead of now when we actually need one. That's what I'm saying, bro. We're not a serious football club. I've been saying that for the last 2 months and everybody laughed at me. People don't invite me to streams because I'm making the streams boring. That's what people say. Like, I'm awake. I'm not asleep, Mo. I'm not asleep, brother. I've been here throughout the 30 years. There was one, I was reading through comments on Mo's channel after the show ended. And there's one guy said, I'm sick and tired of these, slot outers. He's a Liverpool fan, by the way, always, being negative. It's not being negative. It's being realistic. Being realistic is what we need. Because if we keep telling lies, the club ain't going to improve. And I don't want to be sitting here telling everybody I told you so when things have gone wrong. I don't want to be through that. The reason I'm saying what I'm saying is because I've seen this before. I've read this big book before. I've lived through it. For 30 years, I've lived through it. I'm 47, guys. I've lived through the 30 years of disaster at Liverpool Football Club. Boring football. Bad players. Players coming to Liverpool for CV reasons, not like to win titles. I've lived through that. John Barnes typified it well. He said, I went from a team that was winning titles on a consistent basis to a team full of players that's just happy to be at Liverpool. So after football, they've got this, panel, being a part of a panel, they're being called on, all that stuff. That's what it is. That's what we've become in the 90s, guys. We forgot how to win. That's why I'm warning people. Like, I don't want to live. Inshallah, may Allah, help me, living long. But I don't want to be sitting here another 30 years. You know what I mean? I can't. I mean, I'll be in my 60s. I mean, probably 70s. Inshallah. You know what I mean? That's how far I'm going. I'm not gonna sit here for another 30 years, guys. Like, wake up. I'm trying to wake you up, man. We've got to be realistic. Man. Facts. If we just beat Leicester at home in 2018, 2019, we would have won the league. There you go, bro. And I remember that game when Maguire scored the equaliser. Should have been sent off, by the way. Should have been sent off. But he stayed on. Should have been sent off. But, lack of quality, you know what I mean? You've got the first 11. Outside that, you don't add any players. And that's what happens, man. We've spent 500 million and got worse. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy. Where's that, buying players to fit your system, if you know what I mean? Where's buying players because the players are hungry to be at your football club to win trophies? What's happened to that, man? Where's that motto that we used to have on the club? Fozi, as soon as the revenue ceiling is reached, FSG will be gone. Google Dynasty, Equity, FSG have them as, okay, minority stakeholders, of course, and they will. So they are being used to help find future buyers. I don't know about this stuff, bro. I don't know about this equity and the financial side, because they've come into the football club as millionaires. Now they're billionaires. You know what I mean? And they still want to buy other clubs and all that stuff. If they wanted to leave, they should have left a long time ago, brother. If you know what I mean. But I think they're going to be here for the long term, my guy. Liverpool is far a bigger club to lose than anything, in my opinion. When we got all the players we got this season, I wasn't happy because I wanted a centre back, and people called me negative. But look who is right now. I agree with you, Mo. You know what I mean? The way I was hoping Gahey was coming through the door, but he didn't. But where's the second option? Where's the third option? And not only that, if you're going for Gahey, why are you going to the last day of the transfer window for that one? You know what I mean, if you're interested in a player, you already know in Liverpool, they plan way ahead, right? So they should have got the player way ahead of that last day of the transfer window. You know what I mean? It's always the same. Have you guys noticed? Caicedo, Tchouaméni, Bellingham, Fekir. It's always the same. Nothing ever changes. You know what I mean? Last day transfer window, we don't really get what we want. I just said to you guys earlier, for their sake, they better qualify for the Champions League. If they don't, we go from league champions to, 6 and not even qualify for Champions League.
Oh my God.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You will rest in peace.
There you go, people. There you go. The Undertaker has arrived. It'll be dark days for FSG and crew, man. Let me just put it that way. They better qualify for the Champions League. I promise you, if they don't, all hell is gonna break loose, man. All hell is gonna break loose, man. Yeah, let me just put it that way. Yeah, pick up everybody, man. I'm enjoying this chat. I hope you're enjoying it. I don't want to be negative. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that kind of fan that's giving you, bad things every single time. I want to be positive. I was positive at one stage in the beginning of the season, but they just let me down. That's what they did. They let me down, man. And it's something that I've seen before, and it always happens. It always happens with our football club. Everybody knows we need a couple of players in this transfer window to improve on what we have right now because of the lack of depth that we have, and with a lot of injuries that we have at the same time as well. So, but we're not doing that. We're just sitting back, relaxing. I just hope those players are coming back. That's why they probably relaxed. Did we ever think about that? Maybe the players are coming back. Maybe. For their sake, I'm hoping. Fozi, I'm not being so I'm not being fooled. I understand and know how they work. Look at how disliked they are by Red Sox, but showing their mindsets, breaking 2x transfer records. They could break whatever they want, bro. But if you haven't got success at the same time, what's the actual point? You know what I mean? You're just wasting our time. I just want my football club to plan things. You know what I mean? I don't think we did that in the summer. I can't even remember our preseason. We were so bad in preseason. I can't even remember it. You know what I mean? We went to Asia, as far as I'm aware, and that's about it. What did we do in Asia? Did we actually play well? Did we actually have tactics on the pitch that showed us something different for the new season? No. You know what I mean? So, it's just the lack of preparation that's costing us this season, mate. That's what's happening. That is what's happening. But listen, as I said, I'm not second best to anybody. I wish we had an ownership that solely focuses on Liverpool. That's all I wish for. That's how I see it. To be fair, Eddie Howe is a better manager than our manager. I don't know about that, Connor. I think there's a big step, that one. If Eddie Howe arrived last season, would he win the Premier League? It's a big question, isn't it? Big question there. Historically, the blame lies with David Moore selling to Hicks and Gillette. FSG seen as an opportunity for 300 million. Yeah, I remember that, bro. I was there in the court. You know what I mean? I heard everything and all that stuff. And you know, the lies people tell about there was no one other than FSG that was willing to buy Liverpool is bullshit, man. There was a queue all the way, you know, towards Goodison Park for Liverpool buyers. You know what I mean? I know it was almost under administration, as they said, but what I've seen, there was a lot of buyers for Liverpool Football Club at that time. Liverpool's a worldwide club, man. Trust me, guys. We're in the Middle East, everybody knows Liverpool. You know what I mean? And all around Asia, everybody knows about Liverpool. South America, North America, whatever you think Liverpool are not known, Liverpool are known. You know what I mean? It's not just for the Beatles. No, I'm saying it's not just for the Beatles. It's everybody, man. Much needed depth for Palace if they want to go far in Europe, of course. Yeah, 100%. It's crazy, isn't it? The amount of players they're buying. Although they made a mistake with one, but then again, Strand Larsen is good. It's a good player, but they got Mateta. Now Mateta was acting in a strange way. Are they going to play him? That's another thing as well. He was like willing to leave, and he was pushing the move to AC Milan, acting, you know, in a strange way. Not even playing at the time as well. We'll see. Yeah, man. I'm enjoying the chat, guys. Keep coming, man. Keep coming with the chat. I'm here for a bit for you guys. Why not, man? I'm here for an hour or a bit. Fozi, if you want ambition, sorry, let me read that again. If you want ambition, if you want what you want, then unfortunately the Premier League is owned by big owners. If you want success, you need big pockets, sadly, and it is the Middle East. I don't think football is always about that, brother. Let me give you an example, yeah? When Man City and Chelsea came into the Premier League, everybody gave it up, right? But there were still teams that was challenging with lesser money, like Man United. They didn't have the Chelsea money, the Abramovich money or anything like that, but they still, you know, competed with Chelsea. They still won a league title. They still won a Champions League. And when Man City came with their trillions, everybody gave up, didn't they? Everybody gave up. But Liverpool still stood up to them with a lack of, you know, resources, with lack of money, of course. And we show the world you don't need, you know, money to compete with Man City. You just need the right manager and the right players to play against that team. Players are only human, my brother. They're all athletes. As long as like you could match them with everything on the pitch, it's fine. You don't have to have the same talent as them, but make sure you got the work rate at the same time as well. And that's what we had with Ronaldo, Henderson, and Fabinho. It was amazing. We built that team from scratch. I mean, we've got Van Dijk in the January transfer window. Then we've got Alisson. Then we got obviously Trent coming through the the youth. We had Robertson relegated to Hull as a left back because he was energetic. He was never give in kind of left back. And then you got obviously Matip, free transfer from Schalke. There you go, bro. We brought in players that had it. Because at the end of the day, my brother, they're all humans. You know what I mean? They all drink water. They all eat rice and banana like me. It's the same thing, guys. It's just how hungry the players are. That's what you need. We went through it in a smart way, and I love the way we done it because we always, there's something special about Liverpool back in the day under Jurgen. Not only did they check on how they can perform on the pitch, they checked on how they behave off the pitch, and they matched it up. Hence why the success came after. Come on, guys, like it's smart, man. Very, very smart. It's not always about the money, bro. Arsenal would not be challenging Man City right now if it wasn't for what Liverpool did. Liverpool made everybody believe you could still do it with limited resources. There you go, man. My football club is the best. We never give up. I mean, that's something that's been put in by Bill Shankly years and years ago in the 60s. He's put it in there. It's in our hearts. You know what I mean? That's why we got our own anthem. Nobody can compare with Liverpool. Everybody wants to be Liverpool. We don't copy anybody. Our songs are sung in different stadiums, guys. You know what I mean? That's how special this football club is. But if you marry it up with the success, we'll be unstoppable. But we're not thinking that way. I don't care about Man City's money. I don't care about Chelsea's money. I don't care about Man United's money. I don't care about Newcastle's money. You could have the richest owners in the world, but you still got to be smart to compete with these people. As I said, they're only humans. Don't forget that. Yeah, man. Let me just check if I haven't read that anybody else. Sorry, guys. I know I'm only going through, the same guys. Salam Fozi. Big up. Salam alaikum, brother. Hope you're okay. Is the City game on Sunday? Yeah, it is on Sunday, bro. As simple as if we win and we are back. And if we lose, we are back on a downward spiral, like the last time we lost to City. If we win that game, top 4 is a possibility. I mean, not only top 4, top 3, because Man City is dropping points in 2 games. You know what I'm saying? So that means we're catching them up. The 10 points is slowly getting, clawed back. As you saw Aston Villa yesterday, they've lost a game against 10 men as well. So slowly we're getting back up there. Yeah, I think it's a strong possibility we could get into the top 4 if we win on Sunday, 100% against Man City. And I think the title race will be over then. Arsenal have won it. Congratulations to them. Everybody has to put their hands up and say they've done what they wanted, which is winning the Premier League. And it could be first of many for Arsenal as well, guys. That's the frightening thing about it. You know what I mean? We had the opportunity, like I said earlier in the stream, to get rid of Arteta, to get rid of Pep Guardiola, and we chose not to. And it is what it is. It is what it is. We're keeping these people around. Big up D, by the way, my guy. Yeah, I hope I cleared that up for you, my guy. I'm just going through other comments that I haven't gone through yet. You know what I mean? Big up, Abdul, what you're saying. We all know what we went through those 30 years, Fozi, and other fans are paranoid because of this. The old Liverpool FC are over. We are back on our perch, of course. It won't be as in the 70s, 80s to You Never Walk Alone. Now, it ain't going to be because we don't behave like that type of football club. I agree with you, but I just want to be a smart club, bro. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a Qatari owners or anything like that. I just want my club to be challenging on a continuous basis, and when the opportunity is there, to compete and put clubs into the sword, you know what I mean? Get rid of a lot of clubs that's competing for the title consistently, get rid of their managers, take it with both hands. That's all I'm asking for. Take it with both hands and go forward with it. But every single time Man City fall apart, Arsenal fall apart, we fall apart. I'm tired of it, man. This was the season, guys. Honestly, this was the season Liverpool to dominate for years to come. Okay, we signed a lot of players, but the attitude we went into the season, it's just wrong, man. We don't learn from past mistakes. We don't. We just don't. We just don't for some reason, man. I don't know if I wrote this. We are a minority, and if we criticize, you are a keyboard fan. Yeah, 100%. As the world we're a keyboard fan. As in their world, the true fans who go to the games have a different mindset. Sad. It's like they are trying to cause a divided among our fans. Divide, of course. Divide, not divided. Listen, I'll go to games in it, and I meet up with the locals. My family is from Liverpool as well, so they do listen. Let me just put it that way. When you have concerns, they do listen. But I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that, because I can't criticize the game-going fans because it's not majority. It's some people. So I went to the Leeds game. I was sitting in the stands. We drew 0-0. Some of the fans booed. You know what I mean? Some of the fans actually left at the 70th minute. So they do show anger towards the football club. And the people that I was speaking to, they were scousers, obviously from the city. Some of them are not happy as well. Some of them just say, like, you know what, it is what it is. The season is a write-off. We'll go again next season. I don't think, I don't know about that. I really don't know, because I see it from a different angle. Because when I go to games, I'm as honest as I can get. They see me shouting at the players. I'm as you see me right now, is how I am in the stadium. I swear to you guys, I don't bullshit. I'm not scared. I love my football club. I will share my, frustrations as well as my joy if it needs to be. I have to do that. I can't lie to people, man. And when I go to games, I pay a lot of money, guys. I don't like go down there just to throw things. I can't get normal tickets. I'm a member. I can't. So what do? I get the VIP tickets and meet legends along the way. Listen, it is what it is. I don't think people are causing divide. I honestly think, Tambo, if we don't qualify for the Champions League this season, there's going to be a lot of unrest at Liverpool. Let me just put it that way, bro. I'm convinced there has to be. Conference football will be back. Will be dark. I can't watch conference football, bro. I'm sorry. Liverpool is not part of that. Thursday night football, TNT. Don't say that, Tambo. No Champions League cost us 50 million, and no Europe at all cost us 100 million. Does FSG want that? We have to wait and see. You know what I mean? In 27 visits to Anfield since the league's inception in 1992, Man City has managed only 2 wins, 8 draws, and 17 losses. Lord of mercy. Come on, Rodrigo. You should be the stat man. Take over K-Mac's position, man. Take over K-Mac's position, bro. K-Mac is too long out there, man. I love K-Mac, by the way. These guys, listen, all the Liverpool fans we do streams with, they're my brothers, man. I'll never say anything bad about them. Never, ever, ever, ever. Even I disagree with a lot of stuff they say, they're all my brothers, man. I don't have no enemies out there. Let me just put it that way. Love the Coppish lads. Love Hussam, Josh Moe, K-Mac, Jamie, all these guys, man. Ram came on here when I was talking about Ram came over here when I was talking about the nerds in it. I said the nerds have taken over football, guys. We have to panic. We have to get revenge on the nerds. And then Ram came on here and started, going mad about it at me. Love them all, man. Good guys, innit? Fozi, how much is the hospitality at Anfield? I think the tickets cost us about. I went on a VIP trip, innit? 1 second, let me ask my wife. Yeah, guys, it was £500 each, so £1,000. That's how much that was paid for that. 500 to meet a legend as well. So we had to meet a legend, as I always do. I've got a lot of legends I meet. I met Kevin Keegan. I met John Aldridge. I met Steve Staunton. I met Graham Souness, Jimmy Case, and Sammy Lee. I meet legends all the time. Every single time when I do the hospitality thing. I love doing that because they are the people that put Liverpool in the map, guys. Don't forget, you don't shout about 20 without those guys being part of the 20. Yeah, I mean, they've won the league titles. Majority of it, to be fair. These current, players have only won 2. Those guys won multiples, Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, first division at the time, all that stuff. So yeah, about £1,000, brother. About £1,000. What are you saying, my brother? John, so far this season, who do you think is contenders for Liverpool's player of the season? You could say, obviously, Szoboszlai is head and shoulders above everybody. Ekitike has been consistent. So them 2 mainly, brother. Ekitike and Szoboszlai, in my opinion. The rest of the players, hot and cold everywhere. Florian Squirts, as they call him, you know what I mean? Are they calling him Florian Wirtz 007, you know what I mean, and all that stuff at the moment? No. I bet they're taking those words back, if you know what I mean. Crazy. Sobo, 100%. No problem, brother. No problem. It depends as well with the VIP stuff. Sometimes they give you a lower price. Sometimes they give you a higher price. I swear I've seen it £300 at one time, something like that. So it depends. It depends, bro. It depends. Mate, I've spent £8,000. My wife still has a go at me in the season we won the league when Arne Slot arrived. I went to America. I went to watch Liverpool in America. Paid for hotels, everything. Followed them around, man. So there you go. That's how it is sometimes, man. When you love a club so much, you're willing to, do things that you shouldn't really do. But that's how much I love Liverpool. That's why I say that's why not many people have a go at me when I'm angry and all that stuff compared to other people. They know I'll try my hardest and all that stuff to support the football club in any way. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. A lot of stuff. I went to Turkey to watch the Super Cup when we beat Chelsea in penalty shootouts. Yeah, I travelled with the team before. 100%, man. Yeah, guys. Anything you want to ask? You could ask me any questions, man. Keep going, man. If the season started in December, I would say Wirtz on current form. Yeah, I agree with you. Wirtz. But the most important thing that people haven't noticed is he's playing as a number 10 now. He's no longer playing on the left. So we've got Gakpo back out there and he's playing in the middle now. So I like what I see of Wirtz. I really, really like what I see of Wirtz now. That's the reason we bought him. You know what I mean? That's for him to play as a number 10. Yeah, you could say that, bro. You could say that. You know what I mean? But yeah, compared to other fans, I don't really get people getting angry at me because I do a lot. I do a lot for this football club as a fan, and I buy a lot of merchandise, as you guys see every single time, different stuff. That's how much I love the club, man. I'll do anything for this football club, but you can't screw people over, man. You can't do that. You can't do that, man. Fozi, the big issue is too many clicks. Journos have made a living accepting mediocrity, and some now are YouTube podcasters. They're more interested with their access. They won't criticize Slot or FSG. I was talking about this earlier or the other day. Tambo, I was saying about if you look at the reporters who interview Arne Slot, they never ask him the hard-hitting questions because, first of all, Liverpool journalists won't do that. That's number one. Number two, the journalists outside Liverpool, they support other clubs. They support Arsenal, they support Man City, they support Newcastle, they support Man United, etc. So the only questions those people will ask you is things that could be the detriment towards Liverpool. Because what does Arne Slot get a lot of when they ask him questions? Oh, you've won the league with Jurgen's team. You've won the league with Jurgen's tactics. So they tested him as a manager, seeing how he reacts. And ever since they asked him those questions, every press conference that we see Arne Slot in is a tragedy, man. It's a mess because he just gives them what they want. And even more, he gives our tactics away. You know what I mean? Low blocks this, low blocks that. PSG that. Jurgen this, Jurgen that. We've lost the Europa League with Jurgen. We lost to PSG. It was a blessing because it made us win the league title when we was about 15 points clear, only needed 7 points to win the league. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying, guys. He's not a strong manager. You need someone like Jurgen, strong, doesn't take any bullshit. The press scared of him. Remember what Jurgen used to do? He used to call, reporters out when they supported other teams as well. He used to say, "You're a Man United fan. I'm not talking to you. Move on." James Pearce, you talk shit. Get out of here. That's what Jurgen used to do, man. He used to pass on people. When he knew the questions they were asking was so dumb, he can't answer it. So he should just say, you know what? Next time you come to do the press conference with me, I'm not talking to you. That's what we miss. That's what we don't have anymore. And that's what I miss about Jurgen, man. I really, really miss that. So, Fozi, a prediction for the rest of the season. What happens and what players you expect to exit come in the summer? I think Salah's gone. I think this is Salah's last season. Virgil's staying. I know you guys don't want to hear that about Salah, but I think what he did this season made that early exit for him. I think he's going to go. Don't expect Gakpo to go. I think Gakpo is staying. He signed a new contract not so long ago. Robertson's going. What else can we talk about? Endo is gone. Chiesa is gone. Yeah, there's a few players going in the summer, guys. But it's what we replace them with. I'm looking at as well. The first team is almost there, innit? We need a right winger that's more than capable of replacing Salah. Not for goals, but for creativity for the strikers and all that stuff. That's what we need to look for, the next person. Nobody's like Salah, guys. Don't forget, Salah is a one-off, 1 in a million. I mean, it's going to take you a lot of, frogs to get to the right one. You know what I mean? So that's never going to happen. Someone that scores over 20 goals a season from the right wing is impossible, guys. It's impossible. So Salah replacement has to be someone that's is willing to work hard, which means up and down that right hand side, and can score around 10, 12 goals a season at best, and create chances. You know what I mean? That's what we need in that right wing. And sometimes in life, when you get rid of the superstars, the new people that come in, who should be more hungrier, can be more of a team, can be more of a unit. So when you got everybody, doing the work rate they're supposed to do together, you could do a lot of damage. You could do a lot of damage, guys. And that's what we're missing. Because if you look at Liverpool, we're not in sync on the pitch. We're struggling on the pitch at times. And that's why we lose a lot of games, if you know what I mean, and drop points on a lot of games. But if you got the work rate, and everybody, doing their job, it could be anyone, man. Don't matter who it is. Real Madrid, don't matter. No signings. This means we will see Sobo at right back until Frimpong is back. I won't be shocked with that, my brother. I won't be shocked. Agreed. Jonas should be pushing for Richard Hughes to be accountable and to speak to them, but won't happen. And the same applies the issue on the squad. Chiesa ethic. Yeah. There you go, Tambo. 100%, bro. Do you think Salah out, Olise or Diomande? I don't know about this, bro. I don't know about this. They need to prepare themselves. You know what I mean? Life after Salah is going to be very difficult because, you're losing an important player that's integral for your goal scoring in your team. So if you haven't got a suitable replacement in regards to assists and, getting his fair share of goals, it's going to be difficult for Liverpool to replace that. So they better be prepared. I think this is his last season. I'm only being honest about it because I don't think enough people are being honest about it. That sometimes people avoid questions like that because they love the player and forgetting what the club needs the most. And this is where the confusion always happens. Yeah, guys, I've been here for an hour, 2 streams in 1 day. I'll be back. Don't know when, but please hit that notification bell and the like and all that stuff. Let's get the channel to where you want it to go. I said I'm here for the chat. I hope I read every comment. I hope you enjoyed what you see as well. I'll do my best, guys, innit? People like Bad News Pierce are an embarrassment. How the hell he's still working at the Athletic is beyond me. Bro, it's nerds, isn't it? It's the nerds. The nerds are still at our football club, unfortunately, my brother. And this is why we are all over the place in regards to reporters that ask silly questions instead of like the hard-hitting questions. It is what it is, bro. Yeah, bad news, innit? Bad news, Barrett. Remember that in wrestling? Yeah. Yeah, guys, like, share, and subscribe, man. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me just check one more time around Twitter, see if there's anything happening. There ain't. Not really. Yeah, there ain't. Yeah. Liverpool, just jacket, and that's it, really. There's nothing else after that. We haven't signed anybody. What a shame, man. What a shame. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon, people. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Take care.